Hi, welcome to Books with Brushu. I'm Jordan. I like to drink coffee and read books. It is a beautiful Sunday morning here in Georgia. It is bright outside, so kind of overexposed over here, but you know, at least we have natural light right now, so it's looking pretty good in here. But today, I have got a book haul and unhaul for you. Got a pretty big stack of fairy loot books, which we love to see because they're so pretty. I've got some books from Barnes & Noble and some books from a used bookstore that is about an hour from me that I went to a couple of weeks ago. So those clips of me going to the used bookstore are actually in my Magical Readathon Spring Equinox vlog, which I will link in the description below. So please go check that out to see which books I read for that video and to go book shopping with me. Let's get into this book haul. It is not as big as the last couple of book hauls that I've had. I've tried to really cut back on my buying books. I pretty much just have my fairy loot books and then the books that I've pre-ordered at Barnes & Noble, and then obviously the books I got from the used bookstore, which I did get quite a few, but they were all like $2 or $2.50 each. So pretty good deal for those. And those are all historical romances. So they're all really pretty too. And I've been super into historical romances lately. So I just need to, there's never enough time to read all of the books. Like it's just a constant, like, I want to read that. I want to read that. I just never have enough time. It's never ending cycle. Okay. So let's start off with the books that I pre-ordered from Barnes & Noble. I have said this many times on my channel, but if you're new, first of all, welcome. But Barnes & Noble does maybe like 3 or 4 times a year a pre-order sale. So they put all of their pre-order books at 25% off. I pre-order a ton of books through Barnes & Noble that way because I get 25% off and then I get my 10% off member discount. Yes, I do like to buy books, but I like to buy them at a good deal too, because if you save money on one book, you can put that money you saved towards a different book. So, you know. Let's get into the books that I got from Barnes & Noble. So I got The Arachnid by Ivy Ophelia, which this is the second book in the Poisoners series. The first book is The Poisoner. The Arachnid is the second book, and these are really pretty editions. The trilogy, at least the first 2 books, I think, were originally indie published, and these are the trad published versions. So they redid them and they've got these really pretty sprayed edges. I love how the bottom is a different color with the spiders. So really pretty edition of this book. Spider in the front. I have not read the first book in this series, but you know, I have to have editions that match, and everyone says these are so good. So a lot of the books, like the second or third books in series that I buy, is because the people recommending them I have very similar reading taste to, so I'm most likely gonna like the books. Then I got the traditionally published version of Braving the Storm by Elliot Rose. I read the first book in the series. The first book is Chasing the Wild, and I read that in, I think, February, and I devoured that book. I absolutely loved it. So I went ahead and pre-ordered the second and I think third book in the series. They've got these really pretty sprayed edges, and they've got some really pretty character art in the front. So I am excited to jump into this book because I loved the first book so much. So this book follows the characters we met in the first book. Storm is the main male character. He lives up on Crimson Ridge, and he is the friend of the male main character from the first book, Colt. I think we briefly met the female main character. She was mentioned, but we definitely met the male main character. So excited to jump into these. This series is like taboo romance, pretty steamy. So, you know, check out the book, see what it's about before you jump into it if that's not your thing. But definitely like a taboo romance kind of a vibe. On a whim, I pre-ordered The Faraway Inn by Sarah Beth Durst. Now, I read The Spell Shop in the fall time and absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. So this is a new, I don't know if it's a new series or just a new standalone by the author. I just love the covers. It's kind of getting washed out because of how bright it is in here. There, that focused a little better, or that. Anyway, I love the covers of all these books. They're definitely cozy fantasies, but look at the sprayed edges on here. I hope you can see that. Like, look how pretty these sprayed edges are. Like, come on. The cover's just so pretty. Like, I just love it so, so much. I picked this book up because I really enjoy the author's writing. I mostly enjoy cozy fantasies. They're not always my favorite, but the Spell Shop, I really, really loved the Spell Shop. So I think I'll really like this. Plus it's so pretty and it would just be so pretty displayed. So I got that one. I picked up Rites of the Starling by Devney Perry, which is the second book in the Shield of Sparrows series. I don't remember what the series is called. Does it have it on here? No. But this is book 2 in that series, and I've heard amazing things about the first book, and so obviously I needed to make sure to pick up the first print edition with the sprayed edges because these are already sold out. Like, this book only came out a couple weeks ago, and the sprayed edge edition's already sold out. It's got foiling on the hardcover. We've got a little bit of art on the end pages. Same front and back. I am excited to jump into this series. I don't know how many books are in this series, and I've been trying to start series when either all of the books are out or all the books are close to being out, because I'm in the middle of a couple that, like, the books are still being released. Obviously the Empyrean series, Blood and Ash still has books coming out. There are some other series like the Assistant to the Villain series, Braided Fates, those ones, and I forget too much. Because sometimes, like with the Empyrean series, there's what, like 2 years maybe between releases, and I forget stuff. So I'm trying to be better at waiting until all of the books are out or all of the books are close to being out before starting them, just because I can't remember all the things. I've got way too many books to read to be rereading books all the time. Now, I love a good reread, but sometimes it's just a lot. Oh, ACOTAR. Duh, did I say ACOTAR? But yeah, ACOTAR, because I'm doing a reread of ACOTAR right now because I can't remember all the things that happened. Anyways, that is like way tangent right now, but I got Rites of the Starling. And then I picked up The Wings That Bind by Briar Bolin. Too many B's in a row right there. And this is the third book in the Bloodwing Academy series, and these books have come out pretty quickly. Like, the fourth book was just the cover and the sprayed edges have already been released, so that one's on my pre-order list too. But these just have really cool dragon sprayed edges, and the covers are foiled. They've got some end page art. There's nothing on the naked hardcover, but I just love this color, like the gray and the pink. I love it. Pink is one of my favorite colors. But then there's a little bit of art, so love that. Same on the front and the back. There's another series of Briar Bolin's that you have to read first. That's kind of a prequel series to this. So that series is on my completed series list, which I will be picking a new completed series for July. So tune in for my June, tune in June for my July TBR, because I will be picking a new completed series to read. And then the last Barnes & Noble pre-order is The Reign of Shadows and Endings by Melissa K. Rorick. And this is the first book in the Legacy series, which you gotta read Lady of Darkness series first and then the Legacy series, which neither of which I've started, even though they are both completed series now. So I can definitely start them, so that's good. These were indie published and now they've been picked up trad, so they've redesigned and they've done sprayed edges. Now, I don't love the colors on the sprayed edge. This is one instance where the sprayed edges looked prettier on the website than they do in person. Like, I just don't love this tone of green and blue together with the kind of goldy yellow. I just don't love it. So I am a little bit disappointed in this edition. Like, the cover is really pretty. I do like the cover, but then everything else, the naked hardcover is really pretty. I do like this foiled printing with the skull. And then the back is printed a little bit off. Like, it's very close to the edge here and there's space here, so I'm not sure that was on purpose or not. And then there's no real, art on the end pages. It's just kind of, you know, just some skulls and some flowers. So it's just kind of plain. But I do like the naked hardcover. And then we do get some character art. So that is a huge plus because I am a sucker for character art. So I love when there's character art in a book. It makes it worth it for me because I love to have something to picture in my mind while I'm reading the book. And then there's a really cool map. Overall, I'm still glad that I got this edition. I think the second book is out for pre-order. I can't remember, but I am definitely excited to pick up the series. Let's do a little bit of bookish merch. I love to purchase fabric book covers for my hardcovers because a lot of the hardcovers I read have foiling and I don't want my greasy fingers to ruin the foiling or the art or whatever it is that's on the hardcover. Buy fabric book sleeves to put on my hardcovers. And I like to purchase my fabric book sleeves from the Floral Flamingo shop on Etsy. And I will link their Etsy shop down below because I don't think this is focusing. But they sent me this cute little bookmark with my order. And I got this cute book sleeve with the tea and the candles and the books. Just like super cozy vibes. Always have a fabric bookmark with the elastic. These are always really great quality, really well made, and they're reasonably priced. So I bought this one for shorter, kind of like B format hardcovers. I realized when I picked up Lightlark that I didn't have a book sleeve that fit that size of hardcover. So went ahead and picked this one up. Super cute, love the print. So that's my little bit of bookish merch. I only got the one book sleeve because I've honestly got so many book sleeves down there. You can kind of see them right here on the bottom shelf. But I've got like so many. You actually can't see them. They're on the other side of the bottom shelf. Duh. Anyway, I'm just like rambling today. You get rambling Jordan today because I've been home alone all weekend with no one to talk to. I actually won a book on Goodreads. I enter in the Goodreads giveaways for books that I'm on my want to read list. And so I won last month. Shocking. And I got Half His Age by Jeanette McCurdy. And this is her first published book that she has, fiction book that she has written. She wrote, I'm Glad My Mother Died. Is that the title of it? Yeah, I'm Glad My Mom Died. And it was an autobiography that she wrote and narrated. I listened to the audiobook of it and I absolutely loved it. So this is her first fiction work. I'm intrigued to see what it's about, and especially since I won it in a giveaway. So got this one on a Goodreads giveaway. Then from Pango, I purchased Guild by Raven Kennedy. I have been on the hunt for the Guild with these Drippy Edge editions, which I didn't realize was actually a first run print. So I've got 5 of the 6 books with this spine, and I'm still looking for gold, which is the 5th book with this spine, and with no luck. I've had my mom and my sister looking too, and they have had no luck either. So that's super disappointing. I'm just gonna have to stock Pango and Mercari and Poshmark and whatever. So I got this one on Pango. It's actually in really, really good condition, really good condition. So I'm glad that I got this, and it was a reasonably priced. It wasn't outrageously priced. So got this one, and I stopped by Books A Million to look for an edition of Gold and came across the Vanishing Sky by Catherine Cowles. This is the first book in her new romantic suspense series. Books A Million did this exclusive cover with the sunset. I just think this is way prettier than the other cover. I can insert the other cover here, and I just think this one is so much prettier. And it's got these sprayed edges. It says, "She wasn't just the sun, she was the sunrise." So I guess this is the sunrise. Did I say sunset? Whichever. Since it's so pretty, I went ahead and picked up this edition at Books A Million. And I actually pre-ordered the second book in this series that I guess now they're only selling the colorful versions at select indie bookstores, and they're not doing them at Books A Million. So I went ahead and pre-ordered the second book in the colorful cover from an indie bookstore in Atlanta that will ship to my house. So I don't ever drive to Atlanta. I freaking hate it. I don't know if all Books A Millions are like this, but the one by my house has a huge clearance section. So I picked up The Witch Hunt by Sasha Payton Smith, who is the author of The Rose Bargain, and I have heard amazing things about that series. So this was only $5, so I went ahead and picked it up. I believe it's a YA, but I figured, why not try this? Hardcover, B format, but it does have some foiling on the hardcover of the bird that's also on the cover. But picked this one up for a pretty good discount. Oh, and it does say right here, Witch Hunt Young Adult. So there you go. All right, I need to switch the books that are on my desk. And it got hot, so I took my sweatshirt off because it's starting to warm up outside. These are the books that I got at Got Walls. They gave me this cute bookmark. It's not focusing at all. They run a deal. If you buy 10 of their used books, you get 10 for free. And I was slowly collecting them when I was at one of the stores. I went to 3 different ones actually, looking for Gold by Raven Kennedy. I was like slowly collecting them, and by the time like I realized I had 11 books, I'm like, well, I may as well pick out 9 more because I've already reached the 10. So I may as well pick out 9 free books, you know, twist my arm, let me pick out 9 free books. So I've got quite a stack of historical romances here. Now, I've already run through all of these books in my magical readathon vlog. So I'm sorry if you watched that. I'm gonna try to run through these quick because I didn't want to leave them out just in case someone didn't watch that and they're only watching this book haul. And some of these covers are really, really pretty. And I didn't really talk about any of the books, like what their synopses or anything. I just held them up and showed them. But I got a couple by Roxanne Becknell. These covers are so pretty. Like, look how pretty this is. Is it focusing? No. And it's got this beautiful step back. This one's called A Dove at Midnight. This one was $3 and I essentially got it half off. So I got it for $1.50. Born into a world of savagery and sorrow, Lady Joanna Preston had hidden her chaste, matchless beauty behind hallowed walls, vowing never to love or take any man to husband. Never did she dream that one day a fierce noble warrior knight would come to claim her, in the name of revenge and soul-searing desire, with her liberty and her heart the precious prize. So picked this one up, mostly because I've heard good things about this author and the cover was really pretty. I get all of my historical romance recommendations from Kirsty Reads a Lot here on YouTube because she reads a lot of them and we have very similar taste in books. Also by Roxanne Becknell, I picked up Dangerous to Love and The Bride of Rosecliff, which these covers are just so pretty. Just love them. And then I grabbed a couple by Laurie McBain. I have heard really good things, especially about this book. And then they had 2 others, so I went ahead and grabbed them anyways because I just wanted to. I got Moonstruck Madness, which has this really pretty wraparound art on the cover with the red sprayed edge. And this one is about a Scottish highway woman. In the blazing age of Scottish highwaymen, beautiful aristocratic Lady Sabrina Varick falls in among rogues and assassins to defend her home, thwart her father's cruelty, and to quell her own irresistible passion for Lucian, Duke of Comrie. Oh gosh, I'm probably butchering that. Whose bold daring must conquer her and unite them in a sweet, burning, and everlasting love. So I've heard really good things about this. And then the other 2 I picked up by Laurie McBain are Wild Beast to the Wild Sky. I just love these wraparound covers with all of art. And then When the Splendor Falls. Just so pretty. And then I picked up a couple by Teresa Medeiros. Lady of Conquests. So pretty. So this one says, My Kingdom for a Kiss. He is called Khan of the 100 Battles, the warrior king who forged a nation from a land of isolated clans. As High King of Ireland, he rides from the legendary Fianna, his elite band of warriors. But a threat to the throne looms from a mysterious scourge who has vanquished several of Khan's bravest warriors. Khan rides out alone to face a seemingly invincible foe, never expecting that he will confront a grief-maddened hellcat with emerald eyes and hair like liquid flame. I can't. It's so funny. And then Charming the Prince. These covers just got me. These covers got me. I didn't even know what they're about, but I'm like, these covers are just too pretty to leave at the store, especially for like $1.50. The enemies know me as Lord Banner the Bold, pride of the English and terror of the French. Never in my life have I backed down from any challenge or betrayed so much as a hint of fear. Until the war ended and I found myself a reluctant papa to a dozen unruly children. What? Realizing that I couldn't lop off their heads or throw them in the dungeon, I sent my steward out to find them a mother and me a bride. An unattractive, meek and maternal creature, too plain to tempt me to get her with child. You can imagine my horror when he returned with Lady Willow of Bedlington, a spirited beauty who made me think of nothing else. Oh man, obviously I didn't read the back of this book when I bought it. Oh my gosh. With her cloud of dark curls and the spark of passion in her eyes, Willow was everything I'd sworn to resist. I never dreamed she would join forces with those mischievous imps of mine to teach this cynical warrior just how sweet surrender can be. I obviously did not read the back of that book. Holy cow, that's hilarious. Also by Teresa Medeiros, I picked up Here's Until Dawn. Oh man. I don't have, and I'm not going to read all of the synopses for these because that's just a lot. Then I picked up Say Yes to the Princess by Cheris Michaels, and Christy just finished this one, I think about a month ago, and she really liked it. Also by Cheris Michaels, I got The Earl Next Door, The Bachelor Lords of London. I think I just randomly picked this up because it was by the same author. And then I picked up a couple by Cecilia Grant. This is a trilogy of hers. A Woman Enchanted, A Gentleman Undone, A Lady Awakened. And I don't know the order that these are supposed to be in, but I picked up this whole trilogy. They were only $2.50 each. Then randomly, because I saw this one and I thought the cover was pretty, Southern Seduction by Thea Devine. And it has this wraparound cover. Cassandra Taggart was tired of obeying orders. Though her late husband's will required her to hire a man to run her Georgia plantation, the beautiful young widow was determined to manage things herself. To satisfy the lawyers, she invented Train Taggart, her imaginary stepson, who would handle the estate with the necessary masculine flair. But her plans went awry when a handsome adventurer claiming to be Train Taggart showed up on her doorstep. What a frickin' douche. Cassandra knew the beguiling stranger had to be an imposter, and she meant to uncover all his dangerous deceptions while trying to hide her own. So he heard rumors and then is now claiming to be this person. Wow. Now, I picked up one book by Loretta Chase, and that is Silk for Seduction. So pretty. And then I only found one by Judith McNaught, and that is Until You. And this doesn't have a step back. So I'm just gonna have to keep on the hunt. They didn't have, at any of the stores, didn't have very many Judith McNaught, so I didn't have a whole lot of choices, unfortunately, because I really want to get into the series with the book that's Whitney something. I don't remember. I think this is one of the books in the series. Whitney, My Love, Until You, whatever that series is. I want to get into it because I've heard it's really good. So I picked up this one. Then I picked up one by Kathleen Woodiwiss, which is Forever in Your Embrace. And it's got this pretty step back. I picked up a couple by Johanna Lindsey. I got Heart of a Warrior. Stunning, statuesque, Brittany Callahan isn't used to seeing Nordic gods in her tiny California town. But when the spectacular blonde Viking, whose name is Dalden, turns up at her doorstep, Brittany knows her dream man is very real. Dalden claims to be a barbarian warrior, and since Brittany's passion has been running red hot since she first saw him, the sexy giant can fancy himself anything he pleases. Okay. There's one of these with Fabio, and I'm not sure if I already showed it or not, but it was like... Then I got Until Forever, also by Johanna Lindsey. Prisoner of My Desire. Man of My Dreams. Oh no, this is the one with Fabio. Sorry, this is the one with Fabio that I was talking about. Man of My Dreams. Fabio, oh Fabio. Man of Her Dreams, the most desirable beauty in the land, wildly unpredictable, Megan Penworthy has set her amorous sights on Ambrose St. James, Duke of Worthston, a man she has never met but has every intention of marrying. No other suitor will satisfy her, especially not the common, if uncommonly handsome, horse breeder Devlin Jeffries. Okay, we only got a couple left. I know I bought a lot. And then I've got a couple by Shelley Thacker. I've got Into the Sunset. And also Timeless. And I think these two have been renamed and re-released with different covers. I just need to do a little bit more research into it. And the last two are by Nicole Jordan. I've got The Seduction and Ecstasy. And these are both part of a series of hers that I want to get into. I don't know if they're book one of them's book one, I can't remember. So those are all of the historical romances that I got at Gottwell's, whatever. And let me switch out my books and we will get to the Fairy Loot books. So I've got a stack of special editions here for us to talk about. So the first one is actually an Illumicrate book. That is Aisha. This is a completely redesigned cover and it is so, so pretty. I absolutely love it. The sprayed edges, so pretty. Let's look at the Naked hardcover, which I absolutely love. Boom. So is she a vampire? What's going on here? She's got a dude's head. So good. And then end page art. And on the back. So pretty. I love that these are the same, but different. I love it. Let's read about Aisha and see what this book is about because I am really excited about it. I think Illumicrate is doing a better job of choosing their picks for the months. Now, I have skipped, I think 2 so far for the year, but the others that have been announced, April, May, June, and July have all been announced, and I'm getting 3 of the 4 of those. So I think they're doing better with their picks this year. I think they realized that people were skipping a lot of their books because one, they limited the number of skips you can do now, but they also have improved the choices. So I think they realized that the books they were picking, not everyone was liking them. So let's read about Aisha. Temptress Monster Warrior. The Portuguese flag has been planted across Morocco, its empire ruling with an iron fist, but eventually all empires fall. Aisha, the daughter of a Moroccan freedom fighter, was born for battle. She has witnessed the death of her people, their starvation and torture at the hands of the occupiers, and it has awakened an anger within her. An anger that burns hot and bright and speaks to Aisha's soul. Only Aisha's secret lover, Rakid, a rebellion leader, knows how to soothe her. But as the fight for Morocco's freedom reaches its violent climax, the creature that simmers beneath Aisha's skin begs to be unleashed. It hungers for the screams of those who have caused her pain, and it will not be ignored. That sounds so good. That sounds so good. So that is why I did not skip this book, because it sounds so good. Let's jump into the Fairy Loot books. So the next one we have is The Book of Fallen Leaves by A.S. Tamaki. And this is the epic fantasy book for Q1 of 2026. And I love this completely redesigned cover. It is so, so pretty. And the sprayed edges, I mean, like, come on. So beautiful. I absolutely love it. I love the fall, like, colors, purples and oranges and yellows. Then, yeah, here's the card. Technically February 2026, but Q1. And then this is the naked hardcover. Super pretty as well. And we've got the end page art and the back. And then the reverse dust jacket is the same as the original cover, just in a different colorway. And Fairy Loot has been doing that a lot recently. This one is orange instead of red. I have not read any of the epic fantasy books that Fairy Loot has sent out, so I need to actually do that. And you can't skip. So if you don't want one, you either get it and sell it, or you cancel your subscription. So enter a world of gods and monsters, of scheming nobles and honor-bound samurai clans, a world on the brink of war. Sen Hoshikari is an exiled prince of a clan that lost everything in his father's felled rebellion. Deprived of his birthright, Sen longs to restore his family's lands. Rui is a peasant girl who saved Sen's life on the night his family were put to the sword. She is adrift and unsure of her place in the world, but not knowing that the gods themselves have plans for her. As civil war throws the empire into chaos, the gods and demons stalk the land. Sen and Rui must fight for both their own future and that of their family. So, sounds interesting at least. I literally just got this book like 2 days ago, and I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited about it. And that is The Wicked Sea by Jordan Stephanie Gray. And this is so pretty. It's so pretty. I love the pinks and the purples and the blues. Like, I just absolutely love it. And the spine and the back and the sprayed edge. Now, this doesn't show up as good on camera because it's the light colors, but it is so detailed and so pretty. Like, it's just so pretty. It's probably focusing on me. And this is the book, the Romantasy book for March of 2026. Wait until you see this. So the sprayed edges are very much like the naked hardcover, but they're so pretty. And it's underwater. You see all the fish and the bubbles. I just love it. Very Little Mermaid. And then wait till you see who like Prince Eric would be. He has wings, guys. He's got wings. He's got wings. Like, come on now. Look how pretty this is. And then the reverse dust jacket is the original cover in a different colorway. So pretty. And I love that she has pink hair. I love that she has pink hair. Ugh, so beautiful. Okay, let's read what this book is about, because I just love this edition of it. I think Fairy Loot did such a good job with it. On the run from a dangerous captor and years of abuse, mermaid Zephyra of the Sill has shed her tail, grown legs, and hidden herself on the land in the marrow-loathing kingdom of Morsha. Left to steal and barter on the dirty streets, but her freedom is short-lived when she's caught and sentenced to death by the brutal warlock Arian Stone. I wonder if he's the brutal warlock. Arian is as beautiful as he is cold and deadly, only interested in punishing the mer people. I bet it, like, mer people, Murrow. I bet it's Murrow. He views as evil. He has grown as strong as any warlock might, but at a great personal cost, which can only be remedied by the heart of the god of death, lost to a fabled kingdom beneath the ocean's treacherous depths. So Arian offers Zephyra a deal she can't refuse. Help him find the mystical heart and he'll spare her life. With no other options, Zephyra agrees agrees, entangling their souls and forbidden desires in a magical bargain until death do they part. The YA book from March 2026, and that is Her Hidden Fire by Claudia O'Sullivan. And I think I'm saying her first name right because I looked it up to make sure that I was pronouncing it right, so I hope I did an okay job of it. But this is a completely redesigned cover, and it is so, so, so pretty. And then look at these sprayed edges with the dragons. Can you see? Can you see? Sprayed edges with the dragons. And the trees. And the naked hardcover. Okay. With the dragons. I'm all about a book about dragons. Oh, and I gotta show you the end pages. So beautiful. And who are these men? Who are these men? And then the reversed dust jacket is again the original cover, just in a different colorway. I will tell you guys that there is a pronunciation guide in the beginning of this book. Since they're Irish Celtic names, they are hard to pronounce. And so there is a pronunciation guide at the beginning of this book. There is the adult book from March of 2026. And that is The Last Starborn Seer. And y'all, this redesigned cover is so pretty. It's so pretty. And this book is by Venetia Constantine. And the sprayed edges are a little bit plain, but the redesigned cover kind of makes up for that. Then we've got the naked hardcover, which is also very pretty, with the stars and the constellations on the back. And then this end page art, I just love it. It's just so pretty. Like, is this the same girl with these two different dudes? Like, who are these men? Who are these men? And then again, the reverse dust jacket. The original cover, just in a different colorway. And I like the redesigned one so much better. The last of a ruined bloodline, she's shunned for her volatile starborn magic, which grants her prophetic visions but is slowly corrupting her mind. Branded a pariah, Lilani is blamed for the sickening, a wasting curse that fractured the realms of Arcelia and plunged them into war. When her dying mother's health deteriorates and a forced marriage threatens her future, Lilani seizes the chance to reclaim her fate. A prophecy speaks of an ancient relic that could end the sickening, and she's determined to find it. Why are all these ancient relics that will just save the world? I pre-ordered this Fairy Loot special edition, and that is The War of Wyverns by S.F. Williamson. This is the second book in the Language of Dragons duology, and I need to read this book. I need to read it because it's only a duology and I've already read the first book. And it's got these sprayed edges. The sprayed edges and the whole theme obviously matches the first book. The back says, "The sky is dark and full of dragons." I believe these are YA. I'm pretty sure they're YA, and it's kind of like a dark academia sort of setting. Actually, the first book was set in Bletchley Park during, like, quote, World War II, but in this fantastical world. They were also trying to, like, break a code, but instead of a Nazi code, it was a dragon code. So, and then this is the naked hardcover with the dragon. And the end page art. So pretty. And then the reverse dust jacket is also a completely redesigned cover. So no original cover on these, but really pretty. And I loved the first book, so I cannot wait to get into the second book to see how this duology wraps up, because they are right at the beginning of a war, which obviously, War of Wyverns. Okay, 3 books left, and then we've got our Unhaul books. So I've got the Romantasy book for February 2026, which is Half City by Kate Golden. And I am excited about this book. I am excited about this book. The second book has already been announced, so that's cool. I have heard really, really good things about this book, like really, really good things. So this is a completely redesigned cover. And it's got this beautiful red foiling on it. And these really, really cool sprayed edges. Like, I mean, come on now. Like, come on. So freaking pretty. I can't wait to see what this book's about. And this naked hardcover is really cool with the gold, I mean, with the red foiling. Like, and the end page art, guys, I mean, like, so interesting. And like, oh my gosh. Reverse Dust Jacket is the original cover, just in a different colorway. And this is the first book in the Harker Academy series. Viv Abbott is an average 21-year-old girl. She lives in an expansive city where the rent is too high, works long hours at a thankless job, and is dating a guy she doesn't even like in the hopes of winning her prickly mother's approval. She also happens to be a demon hunter. Ever since her father's murder, she's been forced to hunt deviants alone, meaning everyone, including her family, sees her as an outsider, until the day she crosses paths with a dangerously alluring demon. Read Graveheart. The reformed deviant tells her of a school for people just like her, Harker Academy for Deviant Defense. If she enrolls, she'll learn to hone her craft, work with other hunters, and never be alone again. But Viv has a deadly secret, one that not even her new friends at Harker can know about. Not if the school might hold the answers to untangling the mystery surrounding Viv's father's death. When strange occurrences begin to plague the students, Viv will have to figure out who she can trust, all while trying to ace her classes, avoid falling for a demon, and making it through her first year at Harker in one piece. How hard can that be? So, excited about this one. I'm excited about all these. I need to stop. I mean, I bought them for a freaking reason, right? There's the adult book for February 2026, and that is Weaving Shaw. And this is a completely redesigned cover and kind of a black, white, gray, like pencil drawing style with these sprayed edges. We continue the dark theme with some character art on this naked hardcover. And then we've got the beautiful end pages. And the back, very intriguing. The Reverse Dust Jacket in a different colorway. The original is red and this one is black. This one is black. We've got the YA book for February 2026. And that is The Sun and the Star Maker by Rachel Griffin. And this is a completely redesigned cover. And it's just fine. It's not my favorite. It's just fine. The sprayed edges are also just fine. They're not my favorite. I mean, you know, it does have a cool castle, like a stag on it. But the naked hardcover, y'all, they made up for it. They made up for it here. This is so beautiful, this naked hardcover. And the art, I do love the end page art. I do. So pretty. And then the Reverse Dust Jacket is again the original cover, just in a different colorway. Now, let me grab the Unhaul books and let's try to do this before my battery totally dies. Now, I only have a few Unhaul books. I've actually got 6. I've got Body of Evidence by Patricia Cornwell. This is the second book in the Kay Scarpetta series. I am enjoying this series. I have finished the 3rd book already, but I do not need to own these on my shelves, so I'm unhauling them as I'm reading them, which is just fine because I'm still enjoying them, but I just don't need to own them because I won't reread them, and if I do, I can get them from the library. And then I am unhauling Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe. I did DNF this book in March. It was one of my mug picks, and I got like, I don't know, 50 or 75 pages into it and realized that I had to read another 100 pages before it started getting good, and I don't want to do that. If I have to read almost 200 pages into a book before it, quote, starts getting good, like, no thank you. No thanks. So I didn't want to read it. I didn't want to read it, so I didn't. And then I'm unhauling some Barnes & Noble Classic editions of these Jane Austen books because I bought the Wordsworth Classic editions, which are way, way prettier. And I don't need 2 copies of these on my shelves. Even though they're really good books and I enjoy them, I just don't need 2 copies. So I've got Emma, Pride and Prejudice, Northanger Abbey, and Mansfield Park. Those are the ones that I am unhauling solely because I have prettier editions on my shelves. Not because I don't like the books. That's not the reason. It's just I don't need all of these editions on my shelves of books that I already have. So these are the 6 books that I'm unhauling for this video from the last couple of months. If you made it this far in this video, please leave a sun emoji in the comments to let me know that you were here until the end. And I really appreciate you because these haul and unhaul videos tend to be quite long, even though this is a little bit of a shorter one because I really have been trying to not buy a ton of books. So hopefully I can continue that trend. We will see. But thank you for tuning into this video. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because I've got a lot of fun bookish content planned and coming up. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.